Hello and welcome, my name is Nida and today I would like to introduce you to a company called PORE. PORE has been working in Korea in the food dispensing business for over 20 years. Today I'm going to introduce a machine called e-cup. And why is this an important issue? Why is food waste even an issue that we need to discuss more generally in our society? Well, because did you know that an average family in 1 year creates over 438 kilograms of waste? Now that is a lot of food waste, if you ask me. And where does all that go? Well, it has to be manufactured and thrown away, and that is a lot of effort. But we can reduce that by 80% with this little machine right here. If you look at it, on the first glance, it doesn't even look like a trash machine, in my opinion. It kind of looks like a little bit bigger rice cooker. It kind of looks chic and stylish, and I wouldn't mind having this in my kitchen, to be honest. Let's look at some of the functions. So the main switch is right on the top. It has a lock, so you don't need to worry about your kids getting there. If you unlock that one and press this button right here, it will open right up like so. Inside you have a grinder that can grind up to 4 kilos per load. And you might say, oh, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is actually really very much if it comes to food waste. And let's say you just had a meal with your family and you put in your food waste into this machine. You're wondering, okay, well, it's not full. Is this machine just going to sit there with my food waste, and is this going to make my house smell horrible? Don't worry about that, because this machine has a special filter that is right in the back here. You can remove this and change the filter in the back. This filter makes sure that all the smells created by the trash will not leave the machine. So you could technically even use it as a single person. You could just put your food waste in here and keep putting it in there until it's full enough to start. Once you start it, it takes about 4 hours to get your result, which is the ground up food waste. Now let me show you what magic it can do. In the front you can see some numbers. These are indicators of how much it would change the food waste if it were in here. So we have as our first indicator 1 kilogram. So let's say I had 1 kilogram of food waste in here. What would actually happen would be a whopping 80% reduction of the food waste. Now that's a lot. So the 1 kilo would turn into 0.2 kilos. And please take a look at the carbon reduction as well. That is a lot as well, if you ask me. So what is the end result? What do I get? Well, you get just this much food waste from that around. That's a good way to visualize that for yourself. It is kind of the same that you put it in there. It is food waste, but if you press one button right here, the eco button, which is very special to this machine, you will get dry food waste. That is something that is an innovation, and it creates powder, fine powder, from your pile of food waste. You might say, why is that important? What can I do with that? Well, it is so pure and so clean that you could use it as fertilizer for your plants if you are somebody who likes gardening. Or if you don't, you could just throw it out into the world, into a garden, and have it be gone without having any smell left, because all of the moisture would be taken out from the food waste by that point. Now, how does the machine do that? How does this little machine get this much food waste ground up in such small dust? The main thing that I can tell you, without getting into the nitty-gritty details, is that it heats up to 100 degrees Celsius inside of this machine while grinding it for several hours, thus reducing the volume slowly over some hours and creating a small amount in the end. And by the heat of having 100 degrees inside of this machine, you can think that we won't have any bacteria left. So even though it is a trash can, it is a very clean one. So that's pretty good, in my opinion. And further, what we can not hear right now, but we would be able to hear if it was on, is that it's exceptionally quiet. People have told us that it is more quiet than most machines found in kitchens today. So it looks good, it doesn't sound bad, and it helps your household and the environment. I think this would be a great investment for any family, especially larger families. So yes, thank you very much for your attention, and bye-bye.